It's Monday, so it must be time for some things that need to be said.
It's the future.
Trump, I got a question. You on your debate the other day, you said illegal immigrants are taking black jobs. What the fuck are black jobs?
The illegal immigrants are being extremely loud on buses. They are all types of stuff that we said this used to be blacks. Remember when this was blacks and we liked it when they were black because they could dance and they were fun. And now the people that are Mexican are not fun.
Hey everybody, your resident man in black is back again for a new edition of the best kept secret in the conservative movement right here on MRC-TV. I'm Nick Kangadis. Really quick, head on over to Rumble, subscribe to our channel, and hit that like button. And no matter where you watch our videos, please share a like and don't be afraid to leave a comment. I actually read what you guys have to say, and I occasionally respond, so don't be shy. Now, on with the show. Folks, it's been a couple of weeks since we've talked. Anything happen while I was gone?
We won, you mad, it's done, too bad, boo-hoo, so sad, now your daddy's home. We won, you mad, you cry, we laugh, we wave the flag, now your daddy's home.
So this week, I'm focusing on illegal immigration and the mass deportations that have already begun. And just to get it out of the way, here's how I feel about said deportations. More! For years, conservatives and anyone to the right of Mao and Marx were called 1930s and 40s German soldiers, white supremacists, domestic terrorists, and much, much more by the establishment far left. And they do that when they're in charge because they already own the establishment propaganda media. But when someone like Trump is in charge, they'll still call us all of those names, but then they'll also try to appeal to our compassionate side.
Let me just make sure that I understand what you're saying, because at first you said that the first targets are those with criminal records, but you are also saying that those who are undocumented in the U.S., also who don't have criminal records, people who are working in their communities, maybe even have spouses who are American citizens, they could be swept up with ICE today as well?
What I'm telling you is when we go find our priority target, which is a criminal alien, if he's with others in the United States illegally, we're going to take enforcement action against him. We're going to enforce the immigration law.
Which they claim to have themselves when it benefits them. They'll show us clips and images like this in order to get us to bend over and soften our stance. But this is a different day. Basically,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
enough is enough. And people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez can throw as many tantrums as she wants. She can organize protests and make her ideological opponents seem like the monsters that people like her don't realize they are. But keep in mind, this is the same woman who once said these things.
I am told this is a garbage disposal. I've never seen a garbage disposal. I never had one in any place I've ever lived. It is terrifying. I don't know what to use it for. I am shook. Look, like, honestly, gardening, food, that comes out of dirt. Like, it's magic.
So there's that. And then there's also this.
Mr. Speaker, you may wonder why so many of our friends across the aisle who care so deeply about the rule of law happen to be so desperate to pass this bill after they are unleashing people who attacked police officers here on this Capitol into roaming our streets, who are publicly saying now like they want to get a gun. Suddenly, these folks care about public safety? I don't think so.
I do. This is the woman, along with the entire squad, who voted against deporting known child sex offenders.
Jeez.
She was one of, I believe it was 158 Democrats who voted against the sex crime ban on immigrants, which may explain her new re-election campaign slogan, pedophiles, I like them.
Simple, to the point.
And then we have world leaders from places in Central and South America who emptied their prisons and sent them to us in the US during the Biden regime, who are now complaining that they have to take their own people back. Like Colombian President Gustavo Petro. Or, as I call him, Gus Peter. You know what I did? I said, Gus, if you try to stop these planes from bringing your own people back to your country, I'm gonna give you a spanking in the form of tariffs. This asshat had the unmitigated gall after he backed down to Trump's threats to say, you don't like our freedom? Okay, I don't shake hands with white slavers. Really? Wouldn't a slaver keep people not native to their country in order to use them for cheap labor? And we don't like your freedom? Are you saying that living in the country you run is antithetical to freedom? Are you saying that keeping your people in our country allows them freedom that they can't get by staying in your cocaine-fueled paradise?
70% of the world's cocaine is still produced in Colombia, and the Clan del Golfo control most of it. A right-wing paramilitary group, the US government has designated them as one of the top 5 transnational organized crime gangs in the world. For the first time ever, they've given a film crew full access to their international trafficking operation. They hope showing their power and global reach will help them secure a peace deal with the Colombian government.
And just let me get into this, because it's worth talking about.
Now, the second wave that Tom Home and the borders are for Trump has told me about, and all of this will focus on those missing children, hundreds of thousands of them that we know. And that number has started to already come down, Emily, from 300,000. So they've found about 75 to 80,000 of those kids already. If they can get the list of these guys, 4 full days in office for Trump, if they can get the list of where some of those kids have been, and they've been identifying it, since the election, going after them and trying to find those little ones, what in the world was Biden's administration doing? What was Secretary of Homeland Mayorkas doing when he said to the committees on Capitol Hill, we don't know where those kids are, I'll look into it?
So if what Harris Faulkner said that Tom Homan told her is in fact accurate, you mean to tell me that the Trump administration already found around a quarter of the children that were trafficked across the border and declared missing? I'm not saying that is an easy task to accomplish, but why couldn't Joe Biden and his border czar, Kamala Harris, find these kids as they were going missing? Why did they go missing in the first place? At best, they're incompetent, and at worst, they turned a blind eye to child trafficking.
You disgust me. I know what people like you get up to, and I think it's disgusting.
And while that last little clip was from an old comedy show, there's absolutely nothing funny to me about the clear and unabashed negligence of our government when it comes to human trafficking. You mean to tell me that you want to act all high and mighty about human rights and what the right things to do for people are, but then in the same breath you promote killing babies and ignore missing children? And don't act like I'm making it up. I wouldn't spit on these people if they were on fire. And don't forget how they'll castigate any one of us, their political opponents, for child separation at the border when it was their Lord and Savior, Barack Hussein Obama, who built the damn cages.
He ain't lying.
Save your sanctimonious, self-righteous BS for those people who have been bending to your will for decades. But it's not us anymore. Case in point.
Where were you born?
Thailand.
Are you a citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
Your mother's a citizen?
Yes.
But you're not?
Nope.
Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children. And he's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall, the problem with the sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with. Let's take them in, process them, lock them up.
Get pieces of trash like that guy out of this country yesterday. We're not playing anymore. And we're certainly not going to placate any false outrage over what people who engage in eugenics and baby killing feel is inappropriate. You're done. And we're just not listening to you anymore. Other than to mock and ridicule, the time for nice is over. Your slave class is being sent back to their countries. Maybe now they'll try to improve where they're originally from instead of subverting where they'd rather be. And finally, check this out. You want to come to this country and take advantage of all the freebies you think the government is going to give while spitting in the American taxpayers' faces, you know, the people paying for your invasion, and waving foreign flags of the countries you allegedly said were so horrible you had to escape and break the law to enter this country. Get out! And stay out! And if you come back and commit more crimes, don't expect a warm welcome. Kick rocks. So, how many of you feel I went too far? Or were these things that needed to be said? Let me know in the comments, where I do read most and reply to some. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on Rumble and hit that like button. If you like this video, don't forget to share, comment, and give it a thumbs up. Those are the best ways to help these videos reach more people, and it's the best way to let us know you want us to keep these videos coming. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that YouTube might actually let you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video, if they haven't censored it or taken it down yet. Like us on Facebook, check out more of our work at MRCTV.org, and if you want to support our content and the conservative movement, head on over to MRC.org/donate to help us out, since we're a nonprofit and couldn't do what we do without all of you. For MRC TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.